Hello viewers, welcome once again to HL Grasscutter Farm. As usual, this is another day the Lord has blessed us with. As you can see, this is morning and we are done with cleaning and then with the feeding. There is one thing I want to show you on how to do it. As we have finished with the cleaning and then the feeding, you can see that all the grass cutters are seriously on feeding. Now, if you look at the ground, we have swept the room, but we left some of the grass on ground. Why? So far as a human being is not perfect, you may do mistakes sometimes. You may even forget of closing or locking the gates of the grass cutters, and they can manage to come out. So you have to leave something on the ground or on the floor, so that in case they manage to come out, they can feed on what they found in. As you can see, we have changed the pen from the wood or the board to the laying of the blocks, and we are done with it. As you can see, this side we have the 4 steps down, but this place is not completed. It is only 3. This place is not completed, it's only 3. We have not even occupied half of the pen. But there is something serious I want to show you here. I want to show you. Now, as you can see, we have mixed the feed for them. Now, looking at this grass cutter, you can see there is a corn husk, there is elephant grass, there is cassava, and then the grass that I normally call it tongue grass. As you can see, this is how it look like. This is how it look like. So as you can see, these are some of the elephant grass. So while each grass cutter, we feed them 4 types of grasses per day. We do it in a way that when the consumers take it, they find the meat to be that of the bush. They get all the nutritional value that grass cutters must have, because the nurses or the doctors has a term. They say what you eat, you become. So what you feed your grass cutters with, that they will become. That's why in the olden days, our grandmom used to cook even the feces in their intestine when they kill it. So they are on 4. Each grass cutter is having that 4 types. The corn husk, the cassava sticks, the elephant grass, and then the tongue grass. Now, why do we do it? The tongue grass, as you can see it doesn't contain much water. Even though it is fresh, but doesn't contain much water. They like eating the seed. They like eating or taking the seed. And then the grass itself. Good. Now, and then the cassava stick also doesn't contain much water, but that one also helps them to sharpen their teeth. And then the tongue grass I just showed you, the young ones are also able to take it, even though the mature one takes it, but the young one can also take it. Because if you don't add that one and you give them, for example, elephant grass, when they are taking it, maybe the mother itself is hungry, so then the children will be trying to feed on the breast, and the mother will not stand for them. So you adding this, the children will be feeding on this, and then the mother will be feeding on the other. So when the mother lies down, then the children can breastfeed. That is how we do it. Now, so as you can see, this one has finished taking the elephant grass and the corn husk, now taking the cassava stick. And through this, it is sharpening the teeth, as you can see. So we do all this for them. There is something vital I want to show you. As you can see now, we are left with 3 sacks of the grass. This is for the evening. We feed them twice a day. As you can see, every place is occupied. Now, as you see me now, I said in my early video that I am changing the metal into wood. I have paused now. I want to get all the types of the cages in the pen here. That's why I have extended it and then started the cages. Now, as you can see, I have gone for my wood. And this particular wood, as you see it whitish as it is very hard. In our local language, they call it okro. Very hard wood. And carpenters less more in using for many other things. Now, so as you can see, how can you do the cage? I am not a carpenter, but as we learned technicals at school, that is helping us a lot. So all that you are seeing here, it is only the welding of the metals that we gave to welders to weld, because that one I don't have the machines. But the cutting, the shaping and everything, I did it myself and I took it to them. And it also brought down the cost of it. So the welder weld it and I pay for that. So you buy the metals and then you weld it. If you can know the measurement, because sometimes the welders, they have big work to do. So they will not spend time on doing this 2-3 kgs, because you cannot do it all at once. So you may do 1 or 2, then you bring it in. So they may not have time. So you have to cut it, shape it the way you want it, so they weld it for you. Now, I am doing the wooden cage today. As you can see, I have my 2 saws, which I have sharpened them, very sharp. The cross cutting and the other one, as you can see, we have different types of saws. Good. This is I have the 2 sides, the 2 types, and then I have my hand saw. Also, this one is usually used by the steel benders, but I also have it in case it may be needed. I also have it. Now, I have my chisel here. It may also be needed. I have my 2 hammers here. This is the claw hammer. This is the claw hammer. The claw hammer, I have the heavy one and the light one. The light one is for the small nails. Let me say 1 inch, 1.5, 2. But when it comes to 3, 4, then I use this one. But the cages, I may not use 4 inches nail. It is 3 inches, 2.5, and then 2. Now, so I have the heavy one and the light one. Whenever the nail turn or bent, I don't use it again. I just use the cross side to take it out. And then I have my wasted container. When the nail is wasted, then I put it here. My tape measure, I have it. I have my tape measure here. I have my pencil for the marking. Now, I have gone for the carpenter's square. This I'll be using. So if you go for the wood, the edge is not all that straight. You just put it like this. Then, if you put it like this, then you mark it. So you cutting it, then you get the straight edge, so that the cake will be accurate. And I will be using this particular square tool for the angles, so that it may not bend, so that the cake may not be wretched. It may not be wretched. So I will use this thing, and it is having numbers on it. So in case the tape measure is not close to me, I can use this to take some small measurements. Good. I have my 3 inches, that is half box. This, as you can see, I have my working sandals or my working shoe, which I may be put on, as you can see. Now, these are the tools I use for the cutting of the mesh, as you can see, for the cutting of the mesh. And these are the 3 bundles of the mesh I will be using. This one thing I am here to show you now. People may ask, what are these box doing here? Whenever I change a bomb here, I maintain the box and I cut them into carbon. And that is what I use in writing of their crossing dates, of their birth dates, and all other dates here. So I don't waste anything here. So I keep this box and then I cut them in pieces for that. So now, this morning I am here, and this is my half pound of 1.5 nail I bought. And this one will peg the mesh to the wood. So now, as I am starting, I will be giving you the features as I continue, how I am going about to the end of it. And in case you want to start grass cutter farming, or in case you want to do the cage, you can also try it. Look at how I am doing it, and you will do it. These are the instruments needed. These are the tools needed. I get my wood. Look at the ground here. I bought the wood, that is 2 by 6. I plane it and I divide them into 2 each by all. So in the 6, 2 by 6, 1 wood, I'll get 3 out of 8. So I bought 2 and I've gotten 6 out of 8. And this 6, I can get about 3 in 1, about 2 of 8 out of 8. As you can see on the ground there, the long one, it is the 3 in 1 cage. And I will get 2 of this out of these 6 wood you are seeing. Now, one thing I do here, even though I have fixed in the electrical bulbs, I also have the solar bulb. In case of light out, I also have my chargeable ones too. So I charge these ones, then when it is light out, I can still work here for the feeding. When the light is available, I'll use this. In case this one also go off, then I use my solar. That is where I switch it. And I use my solar. Then work continues. So I can visit the farm anytime, any day, in the night. Thank you. So now, I am starting with my wooden cage. So keep watching and I'll give you all the features and all the updates as I continue. And you will see how it will go about. So in case you want to do it, maybe you don't have money to go for a carpenter to do it for you. Because sometimes when they see or they get to know that this is what you are coming to use for, they may charge you, you can't pay. Maybe you are a beginner. So you can also do it as I'm doing it now, and it will help you. By the grace of God, I'll do it and I'll do it nicely because of the technical knowledge I have. By the grace of God. So it will also help you. Keep watching and I'll give you update to the starting, the middle, and the finishing of it. I'll bring you all. Thank you. We continue. So fellow viewers, as we continue, we are still working on the cage. But I showed you before in one of the early videos how we use the waste of the grass cutter farming. Now, nothing here in HL grass cutter farm is wasted. We don't waste cassava sticks, we don't waste cassava peels, we don't waste the chips or the waste of the grass cutters themselves. I show you now early videos. We use the waste for corn farm. You saw it. When you spread it under the corn, there will be no weeds, and it will help the maize to flourish. And as you see now, we are using the waste for cocoyam farm, and it has become nice, which I will be showing you later. But first of most, you have seen in our early videos the mushroom we did. You may not believe it. You may think it is a content. It's not a content. We just heap the waste at a place, and then as it is raining, we collected the top of it, so the down that is getting rotten, full of water, is now germinating or bringing out mushroom. And we know the nutritional value of mushroom. We collected some the other day, I show you, and it is coming, and it is producing. But today, as we are working on the cage, we may eat also. So the women are preparing food for us as morning or breakfast, and then we need something to balance it. And we remember that we have to come and check, because we saw it and it was very small, but now it has been developed. So I've taken you to the place. This is the back of HL grass cutter farm. This is the back of it, and this is the mushroom we did. In fact, I need not to step on, because all this place it will produce is very soft. These are the waste we heap here, and we left it here, and it rained. We didn't burn it, as we use some for the corn farm and the cocoyam farm. We heap some here also. We leave it for the rain to beat it, and it rain upon it, and as the down of it is getting rotten, we collected the top. And these are the mushroom you are seeing. It is well developed, well developed. you can see the small ones coming. So this is how we pick it. If you mate it, you have to pick it this way. Pick it this way. Pick it this way. Pick it this way. From here, we are going to continue with our work on the cage. So you see how it is. It will germinate again by 2-3 days time. So you have to pick it this way. 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 Now it is finished. So just look at this. We can do some small stew. How do we do it? This is just the waste of the grass cutters. We have gotten our mushroom. Then I'll go to the cocoyam farm and collect some of the cocoyam leaves. We boil it, we grind it, we boil this on it, then we fry the onion, we pour it, then we can eat our yam or our cocoyam of it. So before then, we have the cocoyam leaf already. So we are taking this to the women so that they prepare us the meal, and we will go inside again to continue with the cage. This HL grass cutter farm, nothing here is wasted. You can call the numbers and then we'll help you how you can do it. Fellow viewer, we are in Ghana, Eastern region. This is the eastern part of Ghana, and as I said earlier, now we are all looking at the president to help us. But fellow viewers, if the president is not doing anything, can't we help ourselves? However easy life will become, the president will never put feed or money in our pocket. Because if you don't help yourself, even God himself will not help you. So you have to start something doing. Do something, and then God will help you. The Bible said it in the book of Habakkuk chapter 1:16. It says some people sacrifice to their dragnet because through them they earn their bread. So you can do it. You can call the numbers and we'll direct you or we teach you. As I said earlier, we are gospel preachers. So in case you call and we are not able to answer you on time, don't be angry. Keep watching, and at the appropriate time, we'll call you back and help you. You can leave your comment at the comment section. You can subscribe, share to others to help people. We have brothers, we have cousins at the villages. People are just roaming about, doing nothing because they are just wandering around, knowing nothing to do. If you have a piece of land or backyard, fellow viewer, there is nothing. You can do it. Just give yourself to it. Because the Bible says, whatever you find yourself doing, do it with all your might, and the Lord will help you. Now, we are going inside to continue with the cage. Let's go. So, as we continue, you can see we are still on the moving of the cage. Now, look at it. As you see, this is how I molded it. We take the measurement from here to there, we cut it. You need to get the same measurement, 4 of it. And then these are the corners. That will be the legs. So from here to here is the distance. Now, so this is the way I'll be putting it. So I did the first, I did the 2, and I am about to join them. So this is how I go about it. We are the putting of the cage. This is how I go about it. Now, so you just put it on it like this. And measurement is needed here. Measurement is needed here. All these you have seen, they are under measurement. I've taken measurement from them. The corner size is having a measurement. That's the breadth. And the length is also having its measurement. So if I finish, I will turn it. And then you see the completion of it with the skeleton you are seeing. So now I am here to join it. And the measurement, you don't have to joke with it. Because if you miss one measurement, the cage will not be nice. The cage will not be nice. So this is how I go about it. And if you are kneeling, don't let the nail go in full. Leave it this way, as I've left it. All over, all round. You have to be this way. So if you finish before you nail it to the end, why? Maybe you may see a fault somewhere. So because of the head is out, you just put the claw hammer here, pull it out, then you do your correction. That's why I've now completed it. So you can see all the nails, the hairs are out. So if I get it, if I finish, I'll put the tape measurement out and then see the measurement if they are correct. Then I'll put the corner, that is the square, at every angle. At every angle. Whenever I get a fault, I have to take it out and then do the correction of it before closing it. So if I put the square, the angles or the corners must be 90. 90. Every corner or every square has the corners to be 90. If one miss it, then I have to take it out and then do the correction. So this is how I am nailing it. So keep watching. Before I finish, you get all and you can do it yourself. Keep watching. Okay, viewers, we are still on it. Where we have gotten now is the fixing of the mesh. Now, as you can see, I molded them part by part and then I joined them together. But if you want to do, because the mesh is in shape, you have to maintain your shape on the wooden cage you are making. That's why I showed earlier that I put the stay at the corners. So as I continue joining them, then I'll be removing the stay one by one. So I've gotten to the top. For me to get the square, because you can see the angles of the mesh, and you need to fix in correctly. So now, I have taken off all the stay from the corners, remaining only the top. And now, I've not removed the top mesh because the mesh I am putting now, I have to get the shape of it. Now, I have decided to make it a crossing cage. The crossing cage, after the main gate to it, I will fix another gate inside. And the gate inside is where, if I open, one can move from one cage to the other. So, I have decided to make it a crossing cage. So, there is a gate I have made here, the gate I have made here, the gate I have made here. So, because of the crossing cage I want to make, that's why I fix in this center pole you are seeing. I've not nailed it because if I nail into it, I can't put the down mesh. So, first of most, I have just taken the measurement and then placed them in order. I will take them off like this. Now, before fixing the down mesh, this is the mesh for the down. This is the mesh for the down. Now, I showed you earlier that there is the mesh for the down. This one. And the mesh for the top is this one. And then the mesh for the body is this one. This is half by one. This 1 by 1 thick. 1 by 1 less. The 1 by 1 less or light is for the top. So now, I'll finish with the down mesh. If I fix it in, the mesh you see there is very big. But this is a small or piece I've left just to show whoever want to do it. So if I want to fix it, I will cut new one full and then fix it inside. If I fix to the down, nail it, finish, then I'll put the center into it and then nail them inside. If I nail them, then I'll cross the top. So because of the down mesh, that's why I've not crossed the top yet. So I'll cross the top to help me divide the cage. This is 3-in-1. So crossing it to you get your thread. Now, for some of the grass cutters are very heavy. That's why for the down I have divided it shortly so that the space will not be wide for the mesh to sink or go down. So if I finish fixing the down, then I'll do the division into 8. And there is a way of putting the net that the grass cutters cannot have access to the wood. And that's the type I am doing now. So the type I am doing, their urine will not affect the wood. And their teeth, they can't get the wood. The only part that the urine can get is the down. And as you see the down, you can see that the wood are not of the same. I'll put in different colors. I have found a wood that is very hard, and that one I've used for the down. So after fixing it, I will cover it, and there is a way, as I said earlier, of covering it so that the grass cutters cannot get the wood and then be breaking it small, because they will try sharpening their teeth. Now, if you finish laying the mesh down, there is a way of putting the covering. Now, you see, this is how it should go. You finish, you put the down inside. The mesh must be on top of this particular wood. Then the covering, you fix it this way. If it is the 1x1 or the half-by-1, whatever you decide. But this one, they will have access to it and then be breaking it small. But the half-by-1, they can't get it. That's why sometimes you need to put something hard in it so that they will be used in sharpening their teeth. Now, so if you put it this way, let it land on the one you have laid down. Land on it, nail it. Don't cut it down, cut it at the top. So if you cut it at the top, the standing one will get to the top here before putting the top on it. So no matter what they do, they can't get the wood. And if they don't get the wood, it is only the down that the urine can destroy. And because I have used the hard wood for the down, it is not going to get rotten now. It will take more than 3 years for it to get rotten. That's why we know the urine of the grass cutters are very high or acidic. I can say that way. But because of how I do it, that's why I've used the metal, and the metal is still lasting. It is still lasting. As I show you, you could see that even the mesh I use are not ordered proper. But because of how I do it, their urine and their teeth are not having access to the body of the cage. That's why it is still lasting. It is only the down. And the down too, it will last before you do maintenance. So now, I am about to fix in the mesh and then close the top. So before I am done, I will bring you the end result of it. Keep watching. We are still working on it. So viewers, as we continue, we have come to the conclusion of the 3-in-1 cage. As you can see, now I said it earlier that there is a way of fixing the mesh so the grass cutters cannot dismantle it. Now, this cage you are seeing now, I use 3 types of the mesh. 3 types. I use the 1x1 mesh light, and then 1x1 mesh thick, and then half by 1. You can see from the top, this is the 1x1 light. This one is light and somehow soft. This one is light and somehow soft. Good. And I use the half by 1. This one is very thick and hard. And then I use the 1x1 thick for the down. So if you mold the body or the skeleton, this is the way you have to put the mesh. As you can see, the half by one is used for the body, and then 1 by 1 take for the down. Why? Because of the urine. So it must last for a while. But at all, they don't all that bother it. So it doesn't bother of anything. Now, I decided to do it or a crossing cage. The crossing cage, this is how it is. As you can see, I get my 3 out of 1, but I've created an opening. So now, in case you put the grass cutters in it, and maybe one is disturbing, or you want to cross in a multitude way, in case the female is not ready for crossing, you have to open the middle or the opening and then lock it at the other side or behind. So you see, then the cage has become 2 in 1 or 3. So now, if the female is not ready for crossing, it can escape so that the male will not wound it. This is another advantage of it. So you can see that there is an opening to this side, there is an opening to the other side. In case the female is well crossed, I will open this way and then bring the female to any place I want, and then keep the male at other side. Then I close it this way, then I lock it. So the male cannot come to the female any longer, and the female too cannot come to the male any longer. So that's how it look like. So if the female is well crossed, then I close it this way, then I lock it. As you can see, this is how it is done. So for you to do the cage correctly, you need a hardwood. You need a hardwood. I've used many types of wood for the cage. The one for the body, that's the skeleton, is different, and the one I use at the down. You can see that I've used some old wood in addition. Why? There is a furniture I have dismantled, which is no more in use again, but the wood is very hard, so I decided to do a recycling. Use that one for the down, and then use the other for the body. This is how it is. Now, you can see that here the mesh is at the top. Here I placed the mesh inside. It has gone to touch this one, so the grass cutter will not get any space to either pick the wood by the teeth and then dismantle it. We say they are destroying, but they are not destroying. To them, they are sharpening their teeth. So in case you are interested in grass cutter farming, you want to do it, maybe capital is not with you, you can do it by yourself. But this short video on the cage I am showing. Your tools, you need them. You need your hammer, your square. So as you can see, if I place the square here, I will get the accurate square. If I place it at the other end, as you can see, I will get the accurate measurement. So the square is also needed. And then this for the cutting of the mesh. In case you may need a chisel. In case the hacksaw or each blade. And then the saw, because I want my work to be fast, I use 2. You could see the other one also here. You need your pencil for the markings of your measurement. You need a pencil for the markings of your measurement. I have my other hammer here, which this one is light. I have my pick bar in picking out any bent nail, which is not necessary, because we know nowadays the hammer is having a plastic handle and it can break, so I will not force it. If it is light, I'll use it. But if the nail has gone deep, I'll use the pinch bar and then pick it out. You need your nail, the type you may choose. But I use the 3 inches nail. 3 inches nail, and then I use the 1.5 inch for the nailing of the mesh. I have my wasted box. This any nail that turn other side, if I pick it, I don't use it again. I put them here. You need your tape. You need your tape for your measurement. So the cage will be nice as I've done mine. It is not all that difficult. If you put yourself into it, you can do it and do it accurately. So these are the leftover mesh. This 1 by 1. 1 by 1 mesh. 1 by 1 mesh, the thick one. 1 by 1 light. Half by 1 thick. This all I could show you now. In case you are interested, you need to get your materials. Before you start grass cutter farming, get a space, get your cage, and then have your grass cutters. Make sure you have the feed around. In addition, not all the grasses are good for the grass cutters. These grasses, normally you see them by the road. But these are the one we see by the road. The roadside grass is very dark green. But these ones, they are usually at waterlogged areas. But not all that deep into waterlogged areas. You could see that it is somehow light green or something like hair on it. The dark green one, but they look alike, the seed and everything. But until you are taught. Now, the dark green, if they eat, because you have kept them in a cage and they have nowhere to go, they will eat. But they will not grow fat. They will all be small. They will not grow fat. And they will not eat the way they are supposed to eat. That is one thing about it. They will eat the grass itself and the seed. So we have gone for the grass for the feeding, the evening feeding. And then tomorrow morning, we'll give them the job tears. This one thing I would like to show you. This is HL Grass Cutter Farm. Anything that bothers you, you can call the numbers which appear on the screen. And then the little knowledge, we can brief you. We don't know much, but the little we know, we will not keep or hide it. We'll help you. And then you can also see your farm growing. God bless you for watching. See you next time for more learnings. Bye-bye.